So this is the entryway. This is where we'll have our hand sanitizer when you come in so that the kids and parents and so forth can stay safe. We are following the COVID protocol. We have some of our signs here. Of course, we're in the process of situating and putting things up. That's our open sign in the box there. A couple of our cleaner hand sanitizer. Even our thermometer, of course, to make sure that, of course, when people come to the door, that their temperatures are not above what the recommended temperature is. We haven't stuck down our signs yet, but that's just the traffic, just to direct, to make sure people are following the right direction and not bumping into each other, to try to keep a distance between each other in the common area. This here is a bathroom. We are going to clean that. We haven't done a cleaning on it yet. Over here we have one of our offices of the two. We're not exactly sure what we're going to do with the offices yet. We have a couple of different ideas. This is the smaller office, of course. Then we have the bigger office over here. Today we did a little bit of cleaning, vacuuming. We did have a lot of spider webs and so forth, so we tried to get those out of the way and so forth like that. Again, coming out into the common. This here is where it's all going to happen. As everyone knows, I've been working outside. Where I come from, we do a lot of training outside. That's where it all begins. The nitty gritty, the grind time, it starts outside in the streets. So I decided to keep a street edition. So what you'll see is that on one of the walls, it'll be Marco's Clinic. We're gonna do some painting and so forth on the walls. On each side, we'll have different things. And we're actually gonna lay out a floor here. So we're gonna just paint over this floor to keep it concrete, just like the streets. These bottles are set up here. I just kind of did a little marker just to show where the actual goals are going to go. This is just an idea of where the goals are going to go. My logo will be in the middle of the floor. We're going with a black floor with a red key and a yellow highlighted lines for something that we're going to do for the children to keep them involved. It's going to be a glow night, so you'll have a basketball glow night. That's about it for right now. This floor was a mess. We vacuumed, tried to get it together. We have to prep for the painting. So we got most of that out. These wall units that you're seeing where they have the outlets, that'll be a surprise of what we're going to decide to hook up and have running there for players and so forth of all ages. That is to come though. That's a surprise for everyone. Like I said, this is just the first edition of it. I'll see you guys on the next one.
This is just a quick little update. We got the padding on the poles with the net, so if the balls roll by, they'll get stopped by the netting. We got box jumps, the balls in the ball bag. We got 2 speakers over here with a ball pump and the D-man. And in that little box right in the corner, we got some pads. So this wall is still looking the same, but this wall over here, you can see the Marco mural. You can see his little catchphrase, "We're onto something." And this net over here is the same thing. We have the padding on the pole with the net there.
welcome everyone. I know you all have been waiting for the big reveal. We're located at 270 Baig Boulevard, Unit A4. Just gonna give you guys a rundown on how things will work for tomorrow and what's to come forth in the future. So when everyone pulls up tomorrow to drop off your children, of course you will be coming through the front door. You'll be greeted at the front door. You'll be asked through the screening. I've also sent everyone the screening in the email just to give you a little bit of information on whether or not to even show up. We don't want you showing up if you show any symptoms of COVID or any other signs of any other conditions or colds or diseases. We also have hand sanitizing station here. This is just for those, if you come in, we will ask that you use the hand sanitizing station at first. We will be checking the temperature, which you'll see there's a sign there for that when you're coming in the door with our thermometer. We will also be spraying all hands with this, which is basically a sterilizing that they sell that you can use on basketballs, equipment, and so forth, and it's safe for hands and all of that as well. Coming in, after you come in, of course, after the parent drops off the child, we do not want any parents trying to come in, if we can, to limit and to follow the protocol for the capacity and so forth. When you come in, of course, we will fill out the information, signing in your child in the visitor log. We will fill out their name and sign in, so forth, so that we can keep track of that. Then we will send them into the gym, and they will meet you in the back, which you will see later on in this video. They'll meet you in the back, and they'll give you a waiver. Back in the back, you can park, and you'll be able to fill out the waiver, sign the waiver, so forth, to bring it back in. The waiver does have to be signed in order for your child to participate. The signs that you see here on the floor, which is the one-way traffic, if we do get a little full because there are parents that would like to come in and see and so forth, in the front we only have 3 parking spaces. So the 3 parking spaces are the one in front of the door, unit A4, and then 2 to the left of that. Okay, I'm sorry, 2 to the right of that. So you have 2 to the right. I will also have a couple of spots in the back. There's a square on the door which will kind of show you, like I said, later in the video, okay? These signs here is if we do get full, this is where we will be asking you to stand. So if you come in and you do want to see the facility with your child or so forth, we'll have a quick briefing to show you, but we will line you up so that you can stay on the signs. So for example, we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people able to sit in here in a group of 2 or so to be able to sit on the signs, to wait for us to let you go into the gym to show you what's going on in there. Here is where the birthday parties will go. As you guys saw in the email that I sent you, those are the drinks for sale, so we'll be selling Powerade. So if you do want your child to have a Powerade or so, you just send them with a card or with some money, some change, and they'll be able to buy a Powerade for $1.50 plus tax. Like I said, this is where birthday parties will go. For anyone that is interested in booking a party, this is where it will be held, in this common area here. Face masks are required in the common area at all times, just to keep down the risk of the spread and so forth. When you go into the facility, you do not have to have a face mask on. We are a no handshaking facility at the moment, whether inside the gym or located here inside the common area. So to be able to come inside the common area or come inside the building, you do have to have a face mask. So please make sure you have your face mask. Okay. This here is just a room that we have for right now. It's just a plain room that we're gonna have. There's something already going on with that, but that'll be later on to see. This room here is just a storage room. I won't show you guys all of our goodies, but that is a storage room. Okay. This here is a little bit of my history and what I did and so forth as far as in basketball over the years in Canada. None of my American awards are here, they're all at home. The 2 there, that picture there that you see, I have that up because without those 2 there, I wouldn't be doing this. Those are my first 2 clients, Dan Smith and Potsy. To the left here is our restroom. This is a restroom that we have. Of course, we have 2 dispensers each dispenser, one for the taller, older, and then also one for the children, so they can reach it and so forth like that. We also have a sign on the back of the door that says, wash your hands. Please wash your hands after you use the restroom. That is very important, okay? Here we go. We're gonna go into the facility now, which you all have been waiting for. Oh, I should have shown you this. Let me turn that light back on, because this is also very important. This sign right here. This sign is very important, okay? Please read your waiver. Parents, guardians, most of you that have been to my camps or so forth or trainings, you've already filled out the waiver, so you'll know what it is or what it consists of. But please read waiver. Parents, guardians will be responsible for financial bill caused by not following rules. Do not hang on the rim, no dunking allowed. If caught pulling or hanging on the rim or net, you will be asked to replace it within 48 hours. Please talk to your children about hanging and pulling on the nets, because we don't want any of them to break, let alone we don't want any of them to tip over and fall on anyone. They have been tested, they have been professionally installed, but we do not want anyone breaking or hanging on them. Later in the future, we will be changing that, but for right now, no hanging on the rims at all, okay? You also will see that sign again here walking into the facility, okay? This one also says no wet shoes beyond this point. Basically the same thing laid out, but no wet shoes beyond this point. You'll see here on the floor to the right, we have a place for you to leave your wet shoes. We know in the winter time that it's gonna be snow and so forth, so we wanna have something for you to put your shoes and so forth. So this is what everyone has been waiting to see. This is Marco's Clinic Streets Edition. Here behind you, you'll see that we have more of your hand sanitizer stations. We're also going to be giving out Kangen water. I know that you see a water filter machine there, but the water that is going to be put in it is going to be Kangen water. Those are the benefits of Kangen water. If you look it up, very, very beneficial. I've actually been trying it for about a month and a half now, and it is a very, very big difference in what it does for the body. You actually can tell. So it's a benefit. So we'll be giving out Kangen water instead of regular or purified water, I should say. This here will be your stretch zone. This is where if anyone wants to come and stretch, get warm or so forth, that will be the stretch zone there on the yellow mat. If you notice here, these markings are markings down that are telling you not to go into this area. Basically, if you go into this area, please take off your shoes before you go on the mat. Okay, we want to try to keep the mats clean and keep it down so we don't have to wipe it down from transferring or passing on different dust and so forth like that. This mat over here is another mat basically for stretching and so forth. You see you have your foam roller and so forth. You also have a tension ball and so forth, a stretch band over there. On this side you have your medicine ball, your balance, and also a smaller one at that. Here is where everyone has been looking, trying to figure out. This is the facility. Our rims that we have, going all the way from 7.5 to 10 feet. The graffiti and so forth was done by a guy named Arrow. It's basically those names there are laid out of different names and so forth. This down here was done by someone that many of you may know, possibly, is Daya. That is also another piece. Everything that you've seen pretty much on the floor here, it glows in the dark. So that's something that we're going to do for our glow night for children. We'll also be glowing, there'll be glow in the dark basketball nets and also a ring to go around the rim to glow it up. So there will be glow nights going on Friday nights, a session at 6, from 6 to 7, and another one I believe from 7 to 8. But if you want to sign your child up to come play in the glow in the dark night, it'll be a special event for them to come to. Here across the wall, you see basically the American flag and the Canadian flag with me in my Canadian jersey at Crandall. Number 21 with my name on it. Across here, you'll see where it says Marco's Clinic in the street edition. A lot of people say, why do we call it street edition? I call it street edition because of the floor and because that's where the grind comes. That's what I'm used to. That's what was going on in my backyard. That's where a lot of great players that I've actually seen or played against or played with, that's where I watched them play, out on the streets, outside in the facility. I basically brought that outside facility to the inside. Okay. Down here on this end, you have what we have our cardio blast. The cardio blast is just where we'll have a jumping program. I have a machine that I won't tell you. You'll find out when you come in and see her and you book a session. A machine that you'll go through that'll help you with your jumping and so forth. We have the jump boxes, and here we have the battle rope. A lot of people are saying, why is the battle rope not connected? This is a battle rope that you use that you can use in place. So that's the benefit to this. It is weighted and it is heavy. Okay? No one will be able to use that unless you're 14 to 15. Then I'll go by age, not only by age, but also by experience as well. And this here is the goal. This back door here is where the pickup will be. All of our pickup will go on through here. So when you come to pick up your children at the end of the end of the day, you can come here and you'll be able to pick your children up. For some of you that want to know how to tell this here square and these four, it's like a little smiley face. I made a bummed out smiley face, but that's how you'll tell my back door, okay? All right.